Hello everyone, welcome to this live video. Today we're gonna make a digital sketch of this truck. But first let me introduce myself. I'm Berk Kaplan, I'm a professional car designer and I'm an MSI user. So today here on MSI-VERSE, we're gonna do some fun stuff together. And here are some of my notes, so I will quickly take a look to not forget about anything. First of all, I want to say that I'm using MSI Creator 15 series laptop for a couple months, and I would like to give like a very short opinion about it. I'm quite happy with it so far. It has RTX 3060 graphics cards inside, and it has touch screen and all this stuff. Also, it has the display port and the HDMI together, so I can actually have one big display here, laptop's display here, and also my graphic tablet here. So I'm quite happy, and I can jump into sketching. And also, if you have questions, you can always write on the comment section and I will check them, and it will be kind of interactive thing. I'm planning to keep it around half an hour, but if you have fun, if you enjoy, we can keep it a little bit longer and we can just go a little bit deeper into this sketch. And let me tell you a little bit about this sketch. It's a Batman truck. It's maybe sounds a bit weird, but a couple of days ago on my Instagram, I made a quick sketch and it had kind of like the ears on this truck, and people commented like, it looks like a Batman's vehicle. And I was like, yeah, it's not a bad idea. So I just kept on sketching about this design, let's say, and here we have a side view to paint together today. All right, so maybe let's start. I'm using Photoshop here. And first I have this base sketch that I did. And what I start generally is deciding the mood. What kind of sketch do I want? So what kind of result do I want to get out of it? And, you know, Batman is like generally black or dark colors. And the latest Batmobiles are like the Tumbler. It's more like sharp edges and a little bit like Lamborghini edgy character. But previous Batmobiles were a little bit more softer, and they're like different type of approach. And also actually the upcoming movie, it has also a different type of design, a bit more like a retro approach. But here I want to keep it a little bit more like solid, and I will keep a dark theme. So I will start by adding a dark background here. Let's pick something like, I don't know if it should be like directly dark gray or something a little bit warm gray or cool gray, but let's keep it something natural for now. And here I have my layers. I can quickly show you. This was the first design idea, actually. Like, it was a bit more conventional at the beginning, but then I just kept on pushing its limits, and it became a little bit too chaotic, too crowded. And I was trying to make it like a bit more conceptual, because we don't need to go into physical rules, because it's kind of concept vehicle here. But still, I know that this truck, the front part, the cabin area, and the back loading area should be separated, because while rotating and so on, it has to be functional. So I was just still thinking about it. I was mixing different ideas. I was checking what I can do. And at the end, for example, this one was a little bit too long. It was like too much like a nose in the front and a bit too fast design for a truck. At the end, the truck is not a race car. We don't need to be like a super sporty. I mean, there are truck races, but it's all another story. So I wanted to push it back a little bit on the front and create it a bit more solid, a little bit more strong and a good stance to this vehicle. So first thing I'm going to do is I will put all these sketch layers into one group to keep it as a backup, because who knows, I will need to come back to them. And the final sketch that I want to use, I will put it out of the group here. And I need to do the same with the wheels. I will just put them all outside of the group, and I will hide these two groups. All right. And I'm going to invert the sketch to the white. This way we can have like a bit more contrast between sketch and the background to use it for our advantage. And again, like if there's any question or something, you can always write on the comment section and we can keep it a bit more interactive. It's not like a class or something, so just enjoy. For example, CR says, what's your favorite brush tool in Photoshop when rendering? I have my own brush pack, which is almost like the default brushes here you can see. And you can take them from my, I give them free on my brush pack. So when you go to my YouTube channel or my Instagram, you can find the link for my free brushes and you can download all. I have very little amount of brushes, like 8, 9 brush, which is totally enough for me because my goal is not to make super detailed, a lot of textures on the brushes because it's difficult to find. I used to use it like that, like hundreds of brushes, but I realized I don't even touch most of them. So why to keep them? Another question from Hi Zen. Why don't you use the new MacBook Pro? Because honestly, I'm not a technology geek, but a couple of years ago, it's been a couple of years I'm using MSI, and I did my research and I found out that it has all the strong features I need. So I just gave it a try and then I just focused on it and I'm totally happy. So I never used Apple products anyway. I just don't have this experience. So I'm quite happy with it and all the shortcuts and everything. I'm used to it on the Windows laptop. So yeah, I can say it like that. And also on this new Creator 15, as I said, there are different advantages for me. Like I use multiple screens. I use this GPU RTX 3060 GPU inside, and which is because I use also a lot of 3D modeling like Blender, and for sketches I use Photoshop, and I do video editing for my YouTube, and for all this stuff, a strong GPU and CPU is crucial, and I have them all. All right. So first I'm gonna add, maybe we can just clean the sketch a little bit with the thin pencil. I can lower the opacity of the original sketch and we can use a bit thinner lines. And this way we can also rethink about the design if we want to keep some elements or if we want to design. But I don't want to spend too much time on this part. But let's see how it will go. It's very angled design, very edgy everything. And I think it gives a strong character to a Batmobile or like Batman's truck because it's more like a rock rather than a soft vehicle. I'm quite happy with design actually, so I will not change much. I will just clean it a little bit. Still, at the same time, I'm thinking about what kind of theme I should use. It can be totally like dark. Everything is dark, only a couple of highlights and nothing else. Or maybe we can use some secondary color, like kind of like a brown or maybe like a gold details. I remember like Batman had on his belt or somewhere some gold details, like gold color details. So it can add maybe some contrast and I don't know, some dynamism to our sketch. What do you think? And also I'm planning to make like a quick project out of this whole sketch, whole idea, because it's been a while I didn't do a personal project, honestly. It's because the client works or YouTube videos, some sketches. I always do sketches for that you see on my Instagram, totally personal sketches, personal time sketches. But making a full project like with the detailed model and everything, it might be cool. Also in 2022, I decided to make a sketch every day. I decided to post at least one sketch or one post. It can be like a rendering, it can be a digital sketch or a pen paper sketch. So I have like a small challenge for myself to post something every day. I don't know how it will go. So far, today is 6th of January and I post already 6th. And this sketch actually I will post as the 6th sketch because the sketch version of his, I don't count it. I started it yesterday and today we are doing this together. So if you want a little challenge for yourself to stay creative every day, even if it's like a 2 minutes doodle, I would also invite you to do sketches every day. Right, I think we cleaned the sketch a little bit. Like we have only a couple of lines. I will still keep this first sketch, even lower opacity, like let's go 7% opacity. still understand the shapes and the form in a better way. And I'm checking the comments quickly. I see you guys are talking together, which is cool. Hey, Shreyan. He's admin on my Discord server, by the way. Doing great job there. Thanks a lot. I'm not active on this Discord server, but I just wrote him 10 minutes ago, hey, can you invite everybody to this live and we can sketch together and have fun? So thanks. And CR says, yeah, it's more like goldish yellow, a little bit dark tone. So yeah, we can add maybe something like that. Same time, Bülent Gaygusuz, he wrote in Turkish because I'm from Turkey, by the way, and thanks a lot for your nice comments. So let's keep on sketching. I'm gonna put different color to these layers, to the sketch layers, because soon it will get crowded. I will just hit on new layer, create new layer, and sketch on it, and then the new one. I don't even give names to these layers because it's a chaotic creative workflow. And only the sketches, I would like to come back and find them. So I get an airbrush that I call Softy on my brush pack, and I get the white color. I will start from analyzing the form of the sketch. I already thought about it, like how it would be, but we will experiment it while doing as well. For example, on the top, this surface here will be a little bit more positive surface, so it will catch some light. We can create a character line here, quite long. I can even save this line so we can come back for adding shadow later, or this kind of things. So we added our first highlight. Just a couple more left. And it's continuous, like the loading area of this truck and the front cabin area. I want some lines to be continuous. Some of them are very sharp, broken. And here on this form, this highlight area will be also continuous a little bit on this zone. So actually we can emphasize it a little bit more. I will add some airbrush strokes. And here we go. Now let's drink a little bit of water. All right, so I will keep on working on highlights on a new layer immediately to just have them as a backup in case. I also feel like we can add some highlights here. I mean, I don't feel, I thought about it. So we can add a highlight on this area. And with a soft eraser, I just erased the rest. Oh, I lost the previous pen tool, the path, but it's okay. It's a sketch at the end. As the background is not black, it's a dark gray. So I want to create a new layer with black to emphasize this, the ground where the vehicle sits. It can go actually a little bit blurred to add kind of like a foggy environment like this. And I want to create already like the wheels to put them, because in my opinion, the wheels are really important for the proportions in vehicle design. And how long is this live? CR asks, and I'm planning to keep it like half an hour, but I guess it will be longer. We can finish this sketch. It can be like half an hour, 45 minutes left, I can say. So I don't know. We will see. So I was saying that I like to create wheels. It's very important for the proportions of any vehicle. So let's put them as a graphic without details for now, maybe. I will put like one big circle first. Then I will get an elliptical brush and add a little bit teeth to this wheels, like a little bit more off-road, kind of very wild thing. And I want to create like a small rim inside, like a small circle. For that, I will just paint white, and I will get the super hard eraser, a little bit smaller than the brush I used, so I can just create the circle like this. And I will just merge these two layers to each other, and I will just Control J, Control T to duplicate and move this layer and create my other wheels. Another useful tip here, if you use Shift, Control, Alt, and T, it will repeat the previous thing you did, previous move you did, like copy and move at the same time, duplicate and move. So I think it's quite useful if you didn't know, because I didn't know for a long time and I really love it now. So I will create a group here and call it wheels again. Let's say wheels 2. And I'm going to actually move everything on top of these hidden layers. All right. So let's go on. I'm going to create a new layer. If you will have any questions while I'm doing stuff, because I will slowly speed up. And if you will have questions or something, you can just interrupt me or write, and I will check. Wow, CR says, okay, I will watch till end. It's already 1:15 a.m. here in Japan. Wow. Thanks a lot for the support, and I'm really glad that you are here. Everyone is here. It's fun to do it together. Like, I enjoy it. So here I will add more darkness, kind of like a separation of cabin and the loading part. And where will be the glass part of this truck? Do we even need it? I don't know actually, but I'm gonna add it here. So right now we are putting like the dark graphics already just to see it together, because in my opinion design is not, it doesn't work like first let's design all the highlights and then let's design. I mean, if your design is finished in your mind, then yeah, if you're just painting, yes. But what I like while doing is I'm not just painting my existing sketch, I'm also still tweaking the design. I'm still experimenting what else I can do, what else I can change, and so on. All right. So let's divide also some more graphics. Like here, we can have maybe separated material, some another different dark material going on. And the body of this truck, we can make it darker later. And it can be like a shiny black, metallic black, and matte black combination somehow. We will see. First, let's see the form and proportions. All right, it's not bad. It's not super conceptual. It's more like a edgy, like a Lamborghini truck, I would say. There's a question from Haizen. Do you work with Frank Stephenson? Yes, I'm not employee of him, but we have collaboration. As a freelance designer, I support some of his projects when he needs me. So it's pretty inspiring, by the way. He's a legend, and working with him, learning from him, adding some value to his projects, supporting is really inspiring for me. It's one of my milestones in career, I can say. I'm really happy about that. So here I want to make actually kind of like a twisting surface, because we don't have to make everything like straight or flat. I can make like a little bit shadow here going through back. Here we can keep it like a breaking point of the surface, something like this. And yeah, the surface can go a little bit inside like that, so it can add a little bit more 3D on different angles. When I'm modeling this, if I'm gonna pick this sketch, I can play around. So automatically it makes like getting negative. It should be a little bit more positive maybe here, so we can add more highlight. I'm gonna use my soft brush again. And here is our highlight. So as you see, my workflow is like very quick. I like going rough and doing the ideation at the same time, as I said before. I'm thinking like, what should be the next step? Anyway, like again, this is not like a course or proper tutorial, but you can see on my channel different more detailed videos on Photoshop sketching, or I have my online course if you don't know yet that you can learn Photoshop and other skills. By the way, also I want to talk about MSI's this event that we are doing right now. Before starting to this one, I was checking the other islands. If you saw that there are different islands and there are different events going on, there are different information inside, different games and everything. So I would suggest you to go check them out after this, after watching me, after finishing this sketch, or it's on until like 2 more days. This event is online, so you can go check them out and you can earn some lucky coins, and with these lucky coins you can get some prizes from MSI. So just give it a go maybe. Let's add some highlights on this area. It's hard to speak and sketch. Not that hard actually, I kind of enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it too. Let's do it like this, yeah. A little bit lower opacity. All right, now I want to go a little bit more wild. I want to add a bit more wheels, the rims actually. Let's put something simple again, but something more like a tough rather than like a car wheel. I want to do it a little bit more like something like this. Maybe like a solid piece in the middle with lower opacity like this. And we can create something like that. Again, it is something simple, but it will show some idea. A little bit of volume and something is going on there. It's visible already. I'm gonna make symmetric here, put it down, make it darker. This one can also go a little bit more darker. And what is your favorite superheroes? Do you like Marvel or DC? These questions that people fight or people discuss a lot. I personally like both of them. Not surprising, I guess. But I can say in both universes, since my childhood, I don't know why, but I mean, it's a common thing, I think. It's not only me or something, but I like the human, like Iron Man and Batman, not like super crazy, not from another universe type of people. By the way, I did the same trick for the rims, which is more or less there. A little bit too bright on the middle, right? So we can maybe put something like Batman logo here. I can maybe draw a little bit like here is the ear. Can be, how was it? It should be like that, and it can be straight like this and right in the middle, right? Maybe this one is too long. I will keep it a bit shorter. Like that. And here we go. I'm gonna Control J, Control T, flip horizontal, move it like this, merge them, erase the bottom part, and quickly paint inside of it. So we will have a quick Batman logo, the Bat logo. My favorite Batmobile, it's actually not a Batmobile, but the vehicle, I can say this flying one, the Bat. I quite like it. I had the Hot Wheels model of it. It's back in Turkey, but I would like to bring it. I would like to carry it. Pretty cool. I want to add like a little volume there, thickness to this material. So if we paint it a little bit with white, You can show that this material has like a hole with the Batman's logo, and it has a thickness. So maybe we can do something like that. I'm gonna merge it. I'm gonna Control J, Control T, move it in the middle of this other wheel and zoom out. Shift Control Alt T one more time. There we go. Okay, it's going not bad, not bad. You will need more details and more refinement, obviously, but what do you think? How is it going for you? Let me read some comments at the same time. What's my favorite Batman movie? I think the Dark Knight series, like this trilogy, it was quite impressive for me. Like everything there, like from Batman, Christian Bale to Bane, the character, Tom Harding, he was right, yeah, and Catwoman and the Tumblr, Batmobile, and the Bat. As I said, it was like quite impressive. Also the plot and everything, the scenario. I think I will watch it again while doing this project. It's a good idea. About the Discord link, as I see you are talking about it, as I said, I'm not active there, unfortunately, but yeah, you can find the link. There was a question, how did you do the reflection there? But which reflection, if you tell me again? Sorry, I missed it. I can answer your question. Let's add some details here. Let's get a bit faster. I'm gonna add something like this, or maybe something like that. Soft eraser, hard eraser, and then Control J, Control T, maybe move it somewhere like this. And the same trick to multiply them. And let's merge them all and get the eraser. I'm gonna erase it like this. Something like that. Not super convinced, but we can come back here later. Or I can add a little bit like small lines to emphasize there are actually some materials going on. Something like that. Bülent is saying about Photoshop lessons. I have my online course. You can find the links on my Instagram or on my YouTube. You can check their detailed Photoshop courses by me directly. And there will be also Turkish versions, but it's not ready yet. I am planning to do it this year, but I cannot give you a proper timeline. But as I see, you speak English, so why not to get original course? All right, here we go. And there was also this other question was about the wheels, as I see. First, I made this one, and then I just duplicate and made the symmetry for the bottom one, and then I made it just darker. And it became kind of like this mysterious solid hub wheels. All right, let's go a little bit to the cabin area to see what's happening here. I want to add actually slowly the environment separation. We can quickly start from it. It's called the rim light. Imagine a light coming from behind this truck or from the environment, from front further or the rear further, and it would create some kind of reflection on the edge of the vehicle. And this is called the rim light. So let's add a little bit of it maybe to separate from the background more. You can also do it with pen tool, but I like drawing by hand, so I will just put it like this. I find it, I don't know, it's just more pleasant. Feels more natural to do it. Something like this. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned, but I would like to say thank you to MSI for creating this event, like inviting me to do some fun, have some fun with you guys, having some live. In a while, I didn't do live videos on my YouTube, so it was a good reason and a great start again. Maybe we can do more. I'm not going super details here, but adding a little bit volume there. And almost done with the rim light. All right. And then we can get with, before that, I don't want to lose it. I will just Control J to keep it as a backup. And I will get a soft eraser to make it a little bit more sharper on the edge. So it will be a bit more like a reflection. All right, something like that is enough for now. Will you make a 3D version? I might do it. Not maybe this design, but I will make a project out of it. I'm thinking about it. Do you think should I make it? And CR says, what was the shortcut you used for the symmetry? Let me show you here maybe. My new layer is on the other display, so maybe you don't see when I create a new layer. Let me bring it here. For example, I click on Shift Control N to create a new layer and then hit Enter. I have a new layer. Then I get my brush and let's say I draw this part of the rim. We have some reflections and stuff. Then I hit Control J. Control J creates duplicate of the same layer. And then I hit Control T and right click and flip vertical. And I just move it down. That's what I did for the rim. But if you want to make it horizontal, of course, you can do the same. You can just hit Control J, Control T, flip horizontal, and you can just move it to the side. So it can be this way of symmetry, this axis of symmetry. Okay, so I want to go a little bit more freehand, actually, a bit more free spirit. It started to feel a little bit too much controlled, in my opinion. I want to make it a little bit more rough here, for example. You see, it's not that visible anymore, this material divisions, and I kind of like it. Also, I'm going to add maybe below the wheels group to not paint the wheels. I can go with soft brush and add a bit more darkness, a bit more mystery on the bottom part. All right, not bad. And maybe it's time to also give a real house to these wheels because now they seem like everything is not totally detached. Another question. What do you think about between Photoshop and Procreate? Which one do you prefer? Blend says. I use both, but for detailed stuff, I use Photoshop because of all these shortcuts. Like as you see, I just create a new layer. I just change my brush. I just change the colors. I jump into every detail so quickly. I love it. And also, most of the graphic tablets have these buttons on their pens. So I really like using all these shortcuts. On Procreate, you need to use your both hands. I mean, again, in the same way, but you don't have the keyboard and shortcuts. Or maybe I just don't know it because I'm not even familiar with it. I don't use much iPad and Procreate. But for some Instagram posts, I love this iPad has, the Procreate has, what is it called? The time-lapse sketch. You just do the sketch, you rotate everything, but you can export it as like images staying like as it is and without rotation, and the brush strokes appear quickly, and it's kind of fun to watch always. But most of the time I use Windows. I use with the laptop with MSI, I just connect my graphic tablet and I just sketch, especially for professional works and detailed works. I was saying that let's add a wheelhouse because these wheels seem a little bit detached for now. What I will do is I'm going to just add, first I want to move these wheels to up to somewhere higher. Yeah, that's the problem of working a bit chaotic. As you see, everything is kind of messed up now. We are just missing one sketch somewhere. Where is it? Ah, these lines? No. Okay, I think that's it. I just need to move this here and put this inside. These are our wheels. And where is the bat? Here are the bat logos. Okay, now our wheels are above all the other stuff on the sketch, so I can easily create a layer below it. I can get my black brush and I can just paint. Hard elliptical brush I will use. So this way I can just create any graphic without creating problem to my wheel sketches. Here it's anyway on the dark area, so it will be kind of like maybe even open wheel, like open bulky wheel. It can be even like a tank palette, you know, we can even create it on another version. Not today because CR should sleep soon. It's 1 a.m. in Japan, he said. All right, I'm gonna create a little bit of highlight here. I think it's necessary, something like that. Let's erase outside of it. And here we go. Okay, we gave some wheelhouse to this too. Maybe we should give a bigger one. So I can get, the design will get a bit more dirty, but it's fine. It's just experimenting here. A design advice I can tell you here is like, you know, everybody likes the clean design, minimal design. It's important. I agree. Like everything should follow each other and everything. There are some untold or even told rules, which shouldn't be a rule actually. It's not a rule because design is totally free and creative process. And that's actually what I want to say, because especially on the creative process, just be free. I mean, it's okay to make mistake. If everybody says, it's super crowded, this terrible design, if you feel like just trying, because it's not finalizing, it doesn't have to be your final design or final idea, but you can experiment. If you feel like it can create whole different ideas, it can open different solutions, different doors for your design, and why not? So now, for example, we created this area a little bit bigger and I kind of connected it to front. This was totally unexpected or unthought at the beginning. It just happened now because I decided to extend some parts. So don't be afraid while sketching new ideas, making brainstorming or ideation. I see on many student sketches like you are being afraid or scared to do mistakes. Just don't. All right, it's going not bad. Which tablet do you normally use? At the moment, I have a Wacom tablet, but soon I'm planning to review some other brands to see the comparison, because I don't have much experience with other ones, so why not? And I will post more videos about the gear I use, like the MSI video. If you didn't watch MSI review, I will do this type of reviews. I'm planning to do it this year. Let's add kind of flat surface here on top of the wheels, and let's connect it. Yeah, we can connect it with this front one, so I'm gonna just stretch it to see the connection, and I will move it up, be in the same level. Yeah, and let's lower the opacity. Let's get the soft eraser, and here we go. CR says it's okay, I'm enjoying it, do it more so that I can learn more. Thanks a lot. I'm really glad you are here and still watching. I will change the design also here, because now as we have the breaking point of the surface there, why not to create also here something like that. It's not black, I don't want to make it a hole, or maybe we can first do it like darker. It's totally fine, and then we can get very thin white brush. and something like that. So we can show that surface didn't finish there. Still somehow going on. Okay. All right, not bad. Not bad. Okay, now we can maybe add some colors. I'm not happy with here. Actually, it looks a little bit unknown, a little bit, what to do there? Let's get a black hard brush. Let's add this shadow again. I think adding this rim light, I made it like super rough, so I lost the details here. That was the reason. Maybe now it's a bit better. And this ear was the reason to make it bad truck. After having this comment about it looks like a bad truck, I wrote to a friend of mine, Felipe Couto. I guess he's still in Ital design, a car designer, and I asked him like, "Hey, why do everybody say it looks like a bad truck? Is there anything that I don't know, or it just looks like a Batman stuff?" And he said, "Dude, the ears! Don't you see the ears?" I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I was just curious if there is any other reason, or just adding ears to any design makes this difference." But I'm happy. It's kind of fun idea for me to work on. All right, let's mirror the image to see how it looks. It looks a little bit too much front leaning here maybe, and the back seems a little bit short. So I would like to adjust the proportions a little bit actually. How to do that? Under the wheels, I will just hide the wheels and I will use Shift, Control, Alt, and E to create one new layer, everything merged together. And then I'm gonna pick this back area of the sketch. I'm gonna hit Control J, Control T, and kind of stretch it and kind of move it up maybe like this. Let's see, before, after. Not bad, but now the wheels seems a little bit too small. So I'm gonna make the wheels a little bit bigger, maybe. I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna pick, maybe the rear wheels can be bigger. Maybe the fronts can stay as they are. Maybe I can delete this one. I can pick this one and make it just bigger to fill this black area maybe. They don't have to be same, right? And Control J, Control T, and maybe we can have 3 wheels on the back. I'm not super convinced. What do you think about this? How many wheels should we use on this track? And I will read the comments at the same time. That panel on the top of the roof, do you think what you ought to reputation on the rear wheels? This panel, you mean this white area? I thought it would be kind of like a mud protection or kind of like a stepping area. So, some function we would add or kind of like a protector for impact. But now when we made the wheels bigger, we kind of make it disappear. Can you show us your portfolio that you made when you were a student? I really want to. It's a good point. I will make a video about it on my YouTube channel later. Not today in this live video, but it's a good point. Back par. Will you save this stream for watch later? I guess I will be able to share it, but I need to double check it with MSI to be sure. So I cannot promise, but probably yeah. All right, at the same time, some more comments. Maybe make it 6. One at the middle section, so it can be a little bit too much in my opinion. Let's try for you. Why not? Let's duplicate one more wheel like this, but actually not that bad. Oh, can be a bit crazy, I'm thinking. And we can push this wheel a little bit forward. Something like that. I'm not sure, honestly. Or we can maybe remove this one. Maybe. But I'm afraid to lose all the design features we did here, so I'm gonna try without this one. Maybe like this. Maybe we can remove this wheel here, that one. Or maybe not. We'll see. All right, let's go on a little bit more. I'm still not super satisfied with the proportions because it's getting too narrow when we go to back. It's getting too low, maybe. And also the composition of the page. We need to think. I'm gonna put it like this here. Okay. Okay, for now, let's keep it. Let's mirror all the image back to how was it. And okay, not bad. Let's keep on moving. What to do next? Like it's been 46 minutes, but we were also chit-chatting a little bit at the beginning, so I don't consider it as 46 minutes sketch, but it's been a while, so let's keep on working. I want to change this surfacing here more like connecting somehow to each other, something like this. Delete here a little bit, and we can add here. Yeah. So now we have more like a straight division until going back down there. I kept it too dark. I'm aware, but the reason is what was it there before. So I can erase a little, but it starts to be visible what's underneath. So I need to paint also what's underneath a little bit. All right. Okay. Cool. Not bad. Not bad. What I like to do is like before I finish the sketch on some level like this, I like to put everything together again in a one new layer as a merge. Shift Control Alt E, and then I use Shift Control A to go to Camera Raw Filter. I don't know if you use it. If you watch my other Photoshop sketches videos before, you probably seen that I use it. I like using it. It's a camera raw filter. You can change the contrast, exposure, highlights, shadows, the colors of the coolness, and other colors of the sketch. Here we don't have any color, so it looks a little bit totally monochrome. So I want to change it. I will cancel this. Where is it? I will cancel it, and I'm gonna first add a color. I'm gonna first add a very small color somewhere. Maybe we can already add the lights. As you see, it's super chaotic. It's going like maybe do this and do that, and sometimes this process is totally random and it creates funny accidents. Not funny. What would Bob Rose say? It's happy accidents. Yeah. So we have some happy accidents around. All right. I was saying about colors. Let's check the comments quickly. Maybe you should use a chain wheels like the tanks. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Maybe another version later. I can work on it. Or you can make tank tracks. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking about it for today. Let's not push it super long. I don't want this stream to be super long and boring for you guys. So we can do another version later. For now, let's start to slowly finalize this sketch. And what I'm gonna do is I like this dark theme, a little bit mysterious. Not everything is solved. It's also a quick sketch at the same time, so we don't need to solve everything. But I'm gonna add a little bit of light here. I'll get a white brush. I'm gonna create straight stroke here, and Control T and rotate it, and I'm gonna make it something like this here. And then maybe it's too thick, so I'm gonna be Control Z a couple times, Control T. I will just extend it. I like the thickness of the current one actually. So yeah, I like it better. Okay, something like that I'm gonna keep. And here on the layer box, if you double click, you will see the layer style. Here I'm gonna click on outer glow. And on the outer glow, I'm gonna pick kind of like this technological blue color. And I'm gonna make the opacity bigger, the size a little bit more, opacity even more. Maybe something like that, a little bit noise. Maybe not noise, I don't like it. Okay, maybe something like that I can add. And then I'm gonna add, pick this color, pick this blue, more or less the same blue, and add a soft brush here. And then let's see what else we can do with the layer styles, the layer modes. Like a soft light would work, or we can use the divide for the red, for maybe for the rear lights. We can do it. For the front, let's keep it like, not sure honestly. Let's make it like this. Overlay is good for now. And I'm gonna get a new layer and merge it with the light layer so I can erase the reflection part like this. And on the bottom of this layer, I want to get the black brush to make it a more darker. On the right side of this light, I'm focusing. On the front, I'm going to erase it. So here we have this huge material separation, but it looks a little bit fake. So I'm going to get my soft eraser and I'm going to reduce it on the edges a little bit like that. So it's more like gradually on the middle appearing. Yeah, something like that would work. We can actually Control J, Control T, rotate it, move it up here, somewhere like this. We can use that ear area to create another light. Why not? And I can pick the same blue, similar blue on the overlay. And with the soft brush, I can just add it like that on the front. Not bad, not bad. Berk, have you seen iRobot? Yes, it's been a while, but I love that movie. Will Smith, right? It's amazing. Vertical rear light strips. Well, with the bat logo on the wheels are all in the same position. Looks less natural. Yeah, I agree. We can maybe move them a little bit. We can change them. Ah, you mean the rotation of them? Okay, I got it. Yeah, I agree. However, imagine it's like an hub motor in the middle, not moving. The wheel around it is moving. It's not like an air wheel. It's more like this pallet thing, like a rubber that's just moving around. You know, you can always add a story to your design to find solutions. But yeah, it's a little bit, maybe too many logos. Like 5 logos is too much. So let's listen your feedback, and let's make it a bit different maybe. Maybe I can remove the pet logo from some of them or not. Let's see how it will look. It can be only on the front and the rear one. And this one's on the middle. We can keep them without the logo. We can even rotate them, as you said. Maybe skip them for now. Maybe that orange light that they have on trucks that make them look wide, maybe. Okay, cool. Great to see your comments, guys. It's very nice to have it interactive. So let's add some rear lights first. I will do the same trick. I will add white brush stroke like that first. And then I can even add it also here, continuous. Zoom in a little bit. All right, first let's save the file. I have a little problem here. I need to open it again. All right. I was adding this back rear light. Here we go. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to this layer. Now we delete its style, so I'm gonna double click. I will go to outer glow again. This time I'm gonna pick not red, but something like orange, or should we go red? Something like pinkish red. I don't know, I'm gonna play with colors anyway. I'm gonna show you what I mean by that soon. For now, let's keep this color. I'm gonna get big soft brush. Red. We are, by the way, very close to the end. I don't want to make it super long, as I said, so soon we are done, guys. Be patient. So I'm gonna erase this part of the light, so it's like coming from this specific light. a little soft erase. All right. On this one again, I'm gonna erase a little bit to the left side of this white stroke. All right, now I'm gonna show you what I mean by this camera raw filter. I'm gonna put everything in a new layer as a merged, and I'm gonna create camera raw filter here, and I'm gonna start with clarity. Like when the sketch is like this, I like to first add clarity and then contrast. And it's up to us to add exposure or not. I think not, because I like this dark mysterious sketch, as I said. So I want to keep highlights maybe a little bit up, but shadows are darker. Whites are, they can stay almost like this, and blacks can go even darker. So let me do before after. This is before, this is after. As you see, we added some more contrast to the sketch. I want to reduce the saturation a little bit. I want to make the whole sketch a little bit colder by dragging this temperature to the left, to the blue. As you see, the sketch now is totally colder, cooler sketch. And let's see what else we can do. Maybe we can add some kind of like curve here. If I drag this down, it makes the shadows a little bit more blue tint and highlights a bit more red. And I can do the same with the green, purple. So it will have this, you know, in movies, they do color grading to the scene. So every movie has like Matrix. The first 3 Matrix had this green tint on it, or every movie has different approach. And I think for this bat truck we can add this kind of color grading, and I think it looks not bad at all. What else we can do? On the FX, we can add a little bit of vignetting and a little bit more grain. Like, let me zoom in. You know, there are some sketches there, they add super grain like this on the top, so it looks like on an old paper, or like a kind of old or non-perfect sketch. I like it too, this texture. I'm just not sure if it's a little bit too much. Let's add a little bit less, like that. And let's hit OK to see before after also here. So before and after, it's like a magic, right? I really like this effect. I think it really adds a lot of change to final feeling of the sketch. Let's check some comments, and let's drink a bit of water. It's been 58 minutes, guys. We made it in 1 hour from a basic sketch, a different design, came into this level. I think it's pretty cool. 3 rear wheels looks much like a truck. Maybe you should use a chain wheel. We read this already. Have you seen iRobot? We talked about this. I already read all the comments before. Add the Wayne Industries logo by the side. It's a cool idea. Why not? Wayne Industries, right? Let's go to on my other display. Let's search Wayne Industries logo. Or maybe we can put MSI logo. On the Wayne Industries logo, I see these, but what do you think? Which one is Wayne? I didn't know, actually. I'm not convinced if they're Wayne Industries logo. Is it the correct logo, Shreyan? Yeah, seems like Batman logo is there also. So Gotham City. So let's copy this image. Let's see what we can do. Let's start from here again before the camera raw, because I want this camera effects also on the logo we will add. I'm gonna make it like this, but fair trade. I don't want it to be too big, like an advertisement. They don't need advertisement, but I actually want to use maybe Gotham City. What do you think? Let's get first Gotham City, Control J. I'm gonna move it here like this. Gotham City. And I'm gonna make it maybe white, and I will hit screen here, lower the opacity a little bit So like nice little white Gotham City there. What else? This logo here, the Wayne Enterprises logo, we can add also somewhere. Where? It's important where it will be. I think this small black area seems not bad to me. Or I think the MSI logo is better. Also, yeah, MSI logo. I think let's mix them. At the end, this is MSI live video, so why not to mix them, right? We already put the Gotham City here. Let me grab an MSI logo. I think I should have it already on my computer. Or if not, let's just take it. MSI logo. I'm gonna copy the image. I'm gonna Control V. Take this part, Control Shift J, delete the previous one. Control I, no, on the correct layer, Control I, Control L to make it a bit more white, because it was not totally white. Make it like this. I'm gonna delete this time the blacks because I wanna try something else. Like we can put this MSI logo somewhere, like somewhere in the middle like that. I'll actually also just lower the opacity and keep it as it is. I don't want to add too much lights, and because at the end, it's not like a tuned car, Fast and Furious type of vehicle. I don't want to make too colorful or too much graphic details. I just thought it would be nice to add here a little bit more shadow like this. You know, it's like when you're done with most of the sketch, rest is like adding these things are more fun. But almost done. Almost done. Now I'm gonna add this camera raw filter, the same settings we used before. Here we go. I think it's not bad. Let's mirror the image to see also from other angle the proportions. Get better than before, I would say. All right, then I will prepare a little presentation of this whole thing with it. Maybe I can do it also after the stream, but what I'm gonna do basically is like copying these sketch layers, moving them up above everything. How many layers did we create? Most of them, not most of them, but some of them are even empty. I didn't even touch some of these layers, but it's around 75, 76 layers. All right, I'm gonna move this sketch to, oh, what did I do? What's happening? Why I cannot move this 2 layers, 2 groups? Okay, now we can. Right, that was the sketch. It changed the proportions a little bit. We can crop back a tiny bit. It will be like before after thing. I can even make swipeable post type of thing, but we are done. Don't forget to save your files. We just did it. Let's see it full screen. That. Cool. So do you have any other questions, or like in general, do you have questions? We didn't have talk much, but I can like stay 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes. If you have questions, we can have a little bit of chat. So let me know, just write down there, write down on the comments. Maybe at the front shoulder. Yeah, sure. And while you're writing, I was already putting it. It's more or less similar locations. Use the new, matches the sketch better. Use the new one. Put the logo on the top of the ear. Yeah, it would be not bad, but it's done. Great fun hanging out. I agree, it was really fun. Again, thanks to MSI for inviting me to this event, to give me this opportunity to talk with you in another live event and doing this sketch together, having fun. And also, as I said, like after this event, you can go check and win some lucky coins from this event, from MSI-VERSE, and you can use them to get some prizes as far as I know. So go walk around this universe, MSI-VERSE, and see what you can get, see the rules, check other streams, other games, other rooms. It's a fun place. I will also just go check around, and maybe we can even, I don't know, see something together there. This looks great. Nice one. Thanks for the lesson. Looking forward for more videos. I will take off. Good night. Good night, CR. Thanks a lot for waiting until 2 a.m. or even more there in the Japan. So it was really great. I really appreciate it. And yeah, on the channel, on my YouTube channel, I will do more and more videos. So stay tuned, and you can always write me on Instagram or on YouTube. So did you see the new Mercedes EQXX? These are long topics. We can talk on another live maybe. I saw it's not bad, but I need to check more. I mean, not bad. I respect all the designers. Like, they do amazing job, and who knows what kind of struggles they had. And at the end, the car looks cool. It's impressive, of course. But I would like to go details later. There are a couple of things that I would like to mention, but I don't like to do this super critical videos about other cars, because car design is not like randomly done or people sketch and build. There are many different inputs coming from different departments, and they need to take care of many things before making any design decisions. So it's not that easy to comment, but yeah, we can talk about it later. MSI is pretty awesome. I'm looking to buy an MSI laptop soon. The Bravo 15. I don't know the Bravo 15. This is Creator 15 I use for a couple months, and quite happy with it. All right, thanks a lot. I think we are done. And again, thanks to MSI, and see you soon on another video. See you, everybody. I will just check my notes to see if I forgot anything. No. Okay, perfect. See you. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I hope you like this sketch. I think I will do a project out of it. See you.